If you are looking for the perfect way to escape the heat of the city, then look no further. We'll take a weekend trip to Evergreen, located just 30 miles from Denver for the 16th annual Evergreen Jazz Festival. Here with more on the Evergreen Jazz Festival is Director of Marketing, Jim Raynor. Great to see you, Jim.
Jackie, it's nice to be here. Thanks.
You're so welcome. We're talking about how beautiful Evergreen is, and then to have a jazz festival up there, really tremendous.
It is. It's an ideal setting. It's usually 10 or 15 degrees cooler, and wonderful venues. I have to correct one thing, though. This is the 18th.
18th
Jazz
year.
Festival.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll make that correction for sure. What is the festival all about?
Well, it's a 3-day event. Starts tomorrow at noon and runs through Sunday evening at 6. Over 80 hours of great live traditional jazz, 11 bands, 5 venues, and just great fun. It's
Wow.
a very intimate setting, so it's an up-close and personal listening experience for everybody.
No kidding.
And you can get to know the musicians. They're right there. There's no big stages or big sound systems or big
Yeah.
crowds. It's just a fun, up-close and personal festival.
A fun experience for folks.
And I always like to say it's a traditional jazz festival in both senses of the word, in that we feature only traditional jazz, but it's also a traditional jazz format, or festival format, in that we have multiple venues and people are free to move around as they like from venue to venue. And there's a whole printed schedule so they know which band appears where. And
Kind of like a jazz open house.
yes, that's a good way to put it, yes.
What is traditional jazz?
It starts with the very early roots of jazz in blues and ragtime, and includes Dixieland or New Orleans style.
Okay.
And swing and big bands typically up to about the late 40s.
Neat. So really a great variety, really,
Yes.
depending on what you like. And again, you can bounce around. Now, I hear there's some big names coming to the festival. Who
Yes,
are
there
those?
are. Karl, Sonny, Leland trio comes in almost every year. They're from Southern California. And he's just a master of boogie-woogie, blues, and barrel house.
Okay.
And is a great entertainer, singer, and he plays like he has 4 hands. I mean, he's just a phenomenal musician. And from the other coast, up in Boston, the Wolverine Jazz Band is coming in. They were with us, I think it was 2012, but they're so busy in New England, it's hard to get them.
Oh,
so
well,
we're really
we're
thrilled
lucky.
that they're coming in. A group called On the Levee from New Orleans will be here. And they pay tribute to a great band from back in the 40s and 50s it was a Kid Ory's Creole Jazz Band.
Very cool.
And a group from Nashville, the Holland Kuntz Quintet. One of the leaders, Danny Kuntz, is one of the top drummers in the world, even a Grammy Award winner.
Sounds tremendous.
And we have a lot of local bands as well. Big local favorites like the Queen City Jazz Band with their great vocalist Wendy Harston.
Heard them for sure.
And after midnight, there's just spot on the Benny Goodman Sextet. And a band was put together just about 4 years ago of younger musicians, which is kind of exciting because people think jazz is strictly old people. But Joe Smith and the Spicy Pickles.
I like the name.
Isn't that a great name?
It is a great name.
And they're all in their 20s and 30s. They play remarkable swing music. The dancers love them.
Yeah.
And we're excited to have them back.
I love that. And you said it was the 18th annual Jazz Festival.
Yes.
What do you think has made the festival so successful over the years?
Well, I think number one is the music. We always insisted on having the top quality bands we could afford. And happily over the years, we were able to afford more.
Yeah.
The venues play a very significant role. They are all very small. It's an intimate setting, and as I say, you're up close and personal, so you can really get to know the musicians, and there's a rapport that gets established that you just don't see in when it's a big concert stage.
Yeah.
And then the setting. Evergreen, it's just up in the mountains, it's just such a beautiful place.
It is.
And people come in from literally around the world. We've had people in from China, Colombia, Europe.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Wonderful. Well, we appreciate you being here to tell us all about the Evergreen Jazz Festival. It sounds like you know a lot about it and a place we should visit this summer.
Well, it really is. It starts tomorrow at noon and runs through Sunday evening. Tickets are available at the door.
Okay.
And we're there.
Thank you. We'll be there too. We'll take a weekend trip to Evergreen, just 30 miles west of Denver, for the 18th annual Evergreen Jazz Festival. It's July 26th through July 28th. Tickets are still available, and for a full list of bands and event details, as well as to buy tickets, just visit evergreenjazz.org.